Yeah, dude, it's so fast. It's got 4-wheel steering, all-wheel drive, cashy. You want to go for a ride in the new car? Yeah, it's the fastest car I've ever been in. Definitely faster than Shauna's car, no question about that. Yeah, it's got yellow seatbelts, yellow gauges. Did I mention it has 2 turbos? Yeah, it's wicked, dude. I'll give you a ride.
Fastest car, huh? Hey, Wham, bring the beast around. Yeah. Hey, Chris. I heard that you said that you got a new Porsche.
I did.
Oh, man, I'm so happy for you. I just happened to get a new car, too. Maybe you want to take a look at it real quick. Let's see which one goes a little bit faster.
Which one goes faster?
Yeah.
You got a new car?
Yeah,
You think it's faster than my car?
Just come take a look. Come take a look.
That's funny.
I went out and I got a Cybertruck.
You got a Cybertruck?
Yeah, I think it can give your Porsche a run for its money. Why don't you take a look? Why don't you open it up?
That's your Cybertruck?
Well, no, I wasn't talking about that one. I was talking about that one.
So you actually did get a Cybertruck. I definitely think the Porsche could have beat that one, though. I don't know about this one.
Quick fourth wall break. So the goal was to give you guys exactly what you're looking for with a whole bunch of racing footage and seeing one of the Porsches going against the Cybertruck. But as you can see,
It's raining. Yeah.
A lot.
It's raining. A lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is, guys, if you wanna see a follow-up video where we put a Cybertruck versus one of the Porsches, maybe a Widowmaker, maybe the Turbo S, leave a comment below because we just got the ways to make it happen.
Yeah.
All right, let's just finish up the video, all right?
I like the thought of racing this Cybertruck versus this one. But it's raining outside, and thank God we're not an auto review channel. We got another channel for that. So we're just gonna kind of talk about them both.
You see, most people, when they think about money, they think of it as a weapon. You know, it becomes a liability. You have bills, you have utilities that you have to pay for, you have a car note. But in this video, we're going to show you how you can turn a car like this into an asset and be able to make money actually twice. How do I start this thing anyway?
You're gonna learn how to use the infinite banking concept to get all the money back for every single car you ever buy, drive, and own. And let's add Turos to that as well.
You see, most people just pour tons of money into their cars and they never get any money back. With platforms such as Turo, what can happen is you can now turn this into an income source and have an entire rental fleet. That way, it becomes a source of income for you.
And by the end of this video, you're gonna find a better place to park your money where you're gonna get way more features than you ever could in a bank account.
This isn't a plug for Turo, but Turo, if you got some of that referral cash, we definitely appreciate it. Now, for those of you who don't know, Turo is a great platform. It's basically like the Airbnb for cars. What you're able to do is take your car, list it on their site, and sure enough, people who are coming in and renting it for music videos or YouTube videos like this are able to rent it and bring it back, and there's insurance. So I'll look forward to helping you guys out with that. And Turo, come on, man, throw us some sponsorship dollars. So that's what I'm trying to explain, is that the Cybertruck, it's faster, it's shinier, and I think it'll go a lot faster than that Porsche, like off the line.
It's not, I already looked it up. So the Porsche goes 0 to 60 in 2.2. The Cybertruck is over 3 seconds. So I get it though, the Porsche's got turbo lag, very little because it's twin turbo, but the Cybertruck is just, you hit it and it goes. Dude, listen, we're gonna solve this in a couple weeks when it's not raining out and not snowing.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the Porsche is gonna beat it.
Okay, well, let's talk about this. How can we help people beat the banks when they're buying one of these?
Yeah, so this is a unique thing. You know, on Turo, we went on and looked up, you know, what these things rent for. They rent for $550 a day.
Right.
So renting one of these on Turo, I mean, it's premium. So I think what we can show is, I think I can show people how to get all the money back for every Cybertruck they ever buy, drive, and own. And I think I can show them actually how to have somebody else make their payments as well.
Okay, let's break this down. So a Cybertruck, it will be rented for $500 per day.
$550 a day.
$550 a day. And I've seen some listings where it even goes up to over $1,000 per day.
Yeah, the beast.
So there's gonna be some huge discrepancy in terms of pricing, but I'm sure there's a way to make some profit and profit on top of profit.
Well, looking at just the one that Street Legal Motorsports does on Turo. So we're just looking at that one. Yes, I'm sure it's going to vary, but that was a good price, $550 a day.
Okay, well, let's get started. Where do we even begin?
Well, I mean, first you got to buy the Cybertruck, right?
That's right.
So if you were going to buy the Cybertruck, they're about $99,000 out of the hole plus closing costs. So you're about $112 is what I looked up. So $112,000. So we got to be able to buy that. So we got 4 options we can buy a Cybertruck. We can either go out and pay cash for it,
That's right.
which to pay cash, we got to have $112,000 in the bank.
That's some people. Okay, I can see that.
I think a lot of people buy these cash, right?
Okay.
But secondarily, you could finance it through Tesla or any bank. If you finance it, and I just ran the math here, 72 months would be about $1,700 a month, give or take a penny or two.
That sounds about right.
And that's at just over 7% interest where rates are today. But you still got to put insurance on this thing because you can't go on Turo if you're not insured. So let's just call it $300. So you're $2,000 a month. That's what it's going to cost to buy this. And also, the only way I could run this is with a deposit. So we had to do a deposit of $13,000 to make those numbers. Yeah. So just so everybody that's watching this knows, like we're talking about a Cybertruck that cost $112,000 all in. Like you're rolling it off the floor for that. You're putting $13,000 of your own money into the deal, and then you could finance it with one of the finance companies. You'd be about $1,700 plus insurance. So second way.
Okay.
I don't know if they lease these. I didn't do that, but I guess maybe you could. And you could always steal one, but probably be pretty hard to steal. They got like that credit card thing.
Yeah, it's going to be next to impossible.
Has anyone stolen one of these things yet? Hey, if any of you watching this have stolen, or if you've got a friend that has stolen one of these Cybertrucks, can you just let us know? Is that easy? Is it impossible? Because we might be able to eliminate the fourth
All
option.
you have to do is just
car.
stick a little thing into a USB drive, and you can just roll it right off.
All right, so we got the 4 ways. But what I was thinking is, I was thinking 2 things. I'm like, what if all we did is we changed where the money went first?
Okay.
Okay, just put it into a different account, because if we leave it in the bank account, the bank's going to win every time.
Absolutely.
You know this. So if we change and we put that money, now we're going to do 2 scenarios here, but let's just do, how about we do if you got cash, right? If you got $112,000 and you are going to basically buy one of these cash. So you put the $112,000 into your own private bank instead of their bank. And I don't know, should I tell them what that is?
Absolutely. I think we need to know.
I do. I don't know, I think I have like 1,200 videos telling you that, but if this is your first video ever, the private bank, be your own banker, is nothing more than a specially designed and engineered whole life insurance policy that you would change where your money goes. So that's all we're doing. We're changing where the money goes to buy the Cybertruck.
Okay.
Now, if we put the 112 in the policy, and I'm just going to use hypothetical because you wouldn't be able to put 112 in and take all 112 out. You could get about 90% of your money. But let's just, for the sake of simplicity, we'll go 112 for 112. So you put 112 in. Immediately in the next 30 days, you take the 112,000 out. Now we're going to take it as a loan.
Okay.
Now this is what people aren't going to like to hear.
Right.
Yeah, and this is what you always used to fight me about. The reason we're going to take a loan is so that our 112,000 doesn't leave the account. And the insurance company will give us a loan anytime we want, no questions, because they're going to advance part of our death benefit while we're living. So they give us the money that we would have to get when we die while we're living. So that 112 that you're borrowing from the insurance company, all they're going to do, let's just say you got a $500,000 death benefit, they're going to subtract the 112 from your death benefit.
But the thing is, like, can any whole life insurance policy do this?
No.
Okay.
Specially designed and engineered. This is what we specialize in. So got to get somebody that knows exactly what they're doing to design the right one with the right company. They are mutually owned insurance companies that pay dividends, and there's a lot more to it, but we'll skip that for today. So remember, the reason we're taking the loan from the insurance company is so that we have $112,000 in our policy earning interest and dividends, and that's going to be at a gross rate of anywhere between 5.5% and 6%.
That's not bad.
No, well, it's not, because like, how does a bank make money?
Well, it makes money by taking our deposits, and then with fractional lending, they lend it out to other people at a much higher interest rate.
Yeah, keep it simple, forget about the fractional banking, but let's just say you put $100,000 in the bank.
Right.
Okay, and then how much are they going to pay you on that?
Maybe 0.45%.
I give them some credit. Maybe it's 1% to 3%.
Okay.
I don't know any banks except for a credit union paying that, but let's just pretend that that's what they're going to pay.
That sounds
so they're going to pay
about
you 1% to 3% on your money you leave in the bank. If you went to the bank to borrow money for this Cybertruck, they're going to charge you over 7%.
That's a heck of a
So let's just say, what is 7 minus 3?
7 minus 3 is 4.
4. So the bank's making a 4-point spread. So remember, I'm teaching people how to be the bank. We changed where the money went first. That gives us the ability for all of our money to earn uninterrupted compounding interest. But when we take the money out, the insurance companies, and they vary, but are right around 5% interest.
Okay.
What is 5 minus 6, just for simple math?
5 minus 6, 1, that's a negative 1.
So you make a spread on your own money.
Yeah.
Right, so that's why we take the loan. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that loan from the insurance company, we're gonna run it through a bank account. We just call that the segregated account. And then once we're ready to close on the car, because obviously that once you order one, you gotta wait. So we got this money waiting, and then we buy the car. So we bought the car for $112.
Right, okay. It's free and clear, I got a new car.
It is, but it's not game over.
No.
Because you got to treat your money the same way you would have treated the bank's money.
That's right.
So one of two things. If you had 112 in your bank and you took 112 out to buy the Cybertruck,
I'm not making any interest in
well, the bank doesn't. They're not paying you any interest on it.
No.
But if you just change where the 112 went first and you put it into the specially designed whole life, you're indeed earning interest on 100% of the money in there, even when you take it out to use it. Because remember, I said you're taking a loan against your death benefit.
Right.
And your 112 just collateralizes that loan. All right. So just so we got that straight. So now we got the Cybertruck.
That's right.
What are we going to do with the Cybertruck?
We're going to rent that sucker out.
That's right. So let's just come over here, because I ran some math, and I just want to make sure everybody gets this. So if you went on and if you bought a Cybertruck, like our friend did, and we're going to put his UR code up, so if you're interested in learning more or renting a Cybertruck, the QR code will be there. So if you wanted to Turo your Cybertruck, the going rate is $50 a day. So if your monthly payments by financing the car were roughly $2,000. That's how much it would cost to own one of these, $2,000 a month.
Right.
How many days do we got to rent this thing at $550 in order to get our car paid for by people? 3.64 days. So 3 days you don't have your Cybertruck during the month, and then half a day, call it half a day. And now $2,002 a month in Turo income is now paying for it. But what I did is I said, hey, hold on a second. How long would it take me to get all my money back for that?
Oh, okay.
This surprised me. I did the math. 204 days. Whoa. So you could go for the gusto, right? You could buy one of these and you could rent, there's 365 days. You could rent it out for 204 days,
right,
and you literally have paid for the truck.
Holy.
Hold on, let me rephrase that. You didn't pay for the truck. Somebody else paid for your Cybertruck, which you then will continue to rent out because, hell, why not? But maybe you just rent it for a couple days, and I don't know, how many of you could use $2,000 a month? 3,000, 4,000? Figure out what your monthly income is that you want, and that's your math. But the one thing that will stand in your way is in the beginning, somebody's got to pay for this vehicle. So I ran it. And then I ran the financing. Here's the math. Remember I said if you went to a bank and you financed this, it would be $1,700 a month, 72-month term, and that's $13,000 down at a 7.32 rate. Okay? So $112,000 is what it costs to buy that. Now, let's come back over here. Most people that would buy the Cybertruck would have no problem paying $2,000 a month for the truck, especially if they were going to Turo it. They're like 3.64 days. I can do that all day long.
Exactly.
So what we're going to do is, because we're going to take all the money, if somebody could pay cash for it, you got to be able to pay cash in this example. We're going to take all the money and we're going to buy the Cybertruck. So we no longer owe the bank, but we know the bank is going to be roughly $1,700 and we got insurance. So that's $2,000 a month. So what we're going to do is we're still going to make a $2,000 a month payment. But remember, we're not actually making that payment, right?
It's going to be our clients.
Money's coming in from renting at 3.64 days, and we're just passing that on. Okay, so we're going to take that $2,000, we're going to recycle and recapture that money. So it's going to go through your bank account, just like we did up here,
right,
books and records, and then we're going to put it back into your private bank, which is the policy. But when it goes back into the policy, you have $2,000 to use the next day. It's a loan repayment, so it's not only reducing the loan,
right,
which means when you reduce the loan by $2,000 a month, that means the insurance company charges you 5%, not on 112, but on 110 after 1 month.
Oh.
And then 108.
So
then, yeah, you see, 106.
Interest.
So the interest calculation, because this is simple interest, is working in your favor doing this. But here's the best part. The $2,000 you put back in the policy as a loan repayment, it's available the next day for you to use.
So you can just go ahead and use it on something else if an opportunity pops up.
Right, but if you were financing this at a bank, when you make that $1,700 a month payment every month, can you go back to the bank and be like, hey, I need that $1,700 back?
No.
No. That's the advantage of you being your own bank. So if we did this, the math is the same, folks, but it's actually better. So we already ran the math. You'd have to rent the car for 204 days to get the full $112,200 back in your policy. But remember, the one thing we didn't talk about is that you still have $112,000.
That's earning interest.
Earning guaranteed interest plus dividends. What do you think?
I like this method a heck of a lot more.
Yeah. Well, let's pause real quick, folks. If you want to learn more about this, I've done several videos on Turo. I did it with a Lamborghini. We just did it as a general video, and now we're doing it with a Cybertruck. So all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, and then right up above, there's a little bell. Smash that bell so you're notified every. Would you like to hit it? We got to get you back in the gym, man.
That's
There
a
we
lot
go.
better.
That's much better. So this is a great strategy if somebody's got $112,000.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of people that are going to watch this that aren't going to have $112,000.
And that's where I'm thinking is like, I mean, I don't have 112,000, but I could still do a down payment. Maybe I could just do that 13,000.
So let's just run the math there. It's going to be the exact same thing.
Okay.
You got 13,000. You're going to finance this through a bank, okay?
Right,
Which
right.
I don't like banks, but hey, listen, you got to do what you got to do.
That's true.
But the down payment started in a bank. So
you
what
go.
if you changed where the down payment went first? Okay, now 13,000 went into the policy. We're no longer taking a loan for 112. We're going to take a loan for hypothetically 13,000. Just disclaimer, folks: if you put 13 grand in or 112 grand in a policy, you cannot take 100% of it. It's going to be between 60 and 90% depending on how we design it. I just want to make sure I'm transparent. We're doing this just as an example, but it'd be close. So you put 13 in, you take 13,000 out, you go and you finance the Cybertruck. And now you got $13,000 technically of equity in the car, but the rules are the same, exactly the same. We're going to still rent that thing out,
That's
okay,
right.
on Turo. We're still going to make 3.64 days, $2,002, and why not? We're going to pay the whole thing back. It's all the math is the same. The only equation that would be different doing it this way.
I think the interest rate will be a little bit higher because you're going through a bank.
Yeah, well, actually, I already ran that.
Oh,
Yeah, we looked up one of the major banks out there.
Okay.
7.32% right now.
huh.
That's what it would cost for you to do a Cybertruck now.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No, no. And it might get better because rates might go down, but who cares? That's what it would cost today. So if we did this, clearly putting $2,000 back into your private bank, you'd make that $13,000 back in no time, and you'd make interest and dividends on it. However, all you're going to miss out on is we're going to lose some interest. So what I would probably do is here's how I would do it. I would take the $2,000, I'd run it back into the policy, pay the full $13,000 out. Now let's just up here, let me show you this. And I'm just kind of ad-libbing here, folks, so I'm just going to kind of spitball at this. We already know the cost of it, so let's just see how this works out. So we took a loan for, what did we take a loan for? $99,000.
That's right.
Okay, so we got 99, 7.34, I think it was the rate, $2,000. That was with insurance, so let's just do $1,700. $1,700. I think that was
That's
the
right.
math. Yeah, and you guys can go back and look. So now we've repaid your policy back the $13,000.
That's right.
But we still have the $2,000 coming in here. So every single year, after we repay the $13,000, we got $24,000 here. So what we do is we take this money, okay? Because once we repaid the 13, you're not going to have 13, because remember you're going to have uninterrupted compounding interest. So let's just say year 2, you got 14,000.
That's not bad.
Plus 24 grand. So now you got what? $38,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to chunk this sucker down over here. Year 1, subtract 38,000. Let's just do the math.
And just pay down that loan as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but you're paying it down not just with somebody else renting the car, but you're also paying it down because you're earning interest and dividends on the 13,000.
You're re-leveraging the same money that's being stored in your specially designed whole life to pay down that loan even faster.
Yep.
And that's actually going to help you out a lot because now you're not losing as much money to the banks through their interest rates.
Yeah, so let's see. So now we're down to 61. So I think all of you can pretty much do the math pretty simply there. In 2 more years, a year and a half actually probably about, you're done and paid for. And that's using a bank financing, which is not what I would recommend, but hey, listen,
That's where a
you
lot of
want the
people
Cybertruck and you only got 13 grand? Boom. Somebody else pays for it. You pay the bank off using recycling and recapturing, and you get a little bit of compounding interest. Plus, hey, listen, at the end of the day, if you decide to try to just sit and fit in the trunk of, I'm sorry, it's not a trunk,
The
it's a
frunk.
frunk.
The frunk.
The frunk of the Cybertruck, and somebody just hits the button and forgets that you're in there, It won't stop. It doesn't have like a garage door where it automatically stops when it feels pressure. Yeah, it's a compactor. So in case that should happen, maybe you pissed your wife off, I don't know. You got a death benefit at least it's gonna pay out for your family so that they can buy more Cybertrucks.
Editors, please edit that part out, please. But
what's wrong with that? Yeah. Do you want me to try? You want me to see if I'll fit in the front and see if we can do that? I got plenty of life insurance.
We definitely need to see that.
All right, we'll try that.
I just need to be lamed on one policy first.
But anyway, so this solves the math game. I think everybody can clearly see what we're doing. I'm just showing you how to have somebody else pay for your Cybertruck, but I'm showing you how to make some interest and dividends on your money without any interruption and get all the money back for every Cybertruck you ever buy, drive, and own.
All right, well, how can people learn how to get one more of these policies?
Well, they're not gonna wanna buy a Cybertruck because the Porsche is gonna kick its ass.
Whatever.
So folks, stay tuned because we are going to race these two vehicles, but it will not be on this channel. It'll be on our newest YouTube channel at BYO Porsche, at BYO Porsche. Check it out to see whether the Porsche Turbo S can beat the Cybertruck. So folks, I hope you've enjoyed this. We had a lot of fun, me and James, getting to drive the Cybertruck, check it out, just feel the truck. But the most important thing is you just found out how to do something you probably didn't know before this video. So thanks for joining us for another episode of What Now? What's next for the Cybertruck versus the Porsche? And that is where I'm gonna point you. Check this channel out right here, BYO Porsche. The teaser video's up and the first video will be launching soon. We'll see you on the next one. Get me the F out of this funk! My God, I don't want to use the death benefit that fast.
My plan works.
I actually do fit though.